Hello. There's something about being about to talk about Coco Chanel that makes you want to sort of go, what's right, what's wrong? You need to become more conscious of your appearance. Anyway, I'm almost unrecognisable because I've just had a haircut. So I am breaking, in a way, a promise from, or maybe not, from my newbie booktube tag, which was that I would bring you interesting hair. And I think I've brought you every variation on poor hair, hair that needs to be cut, everything else, but I don't think I've actually given you a fresh out of the hairdresser's look. So enjoy it while you may. It's a variation. I wonder if any composers ever said that. You don't like my new opera, my new... It's a variation. It's a variation. Anyway, here comes Coco Chanel, and I was looking for her for my Dr. No-vember read, and we couldn't find her. She was allegedly off getting a jacket replaced, book jacket, and then the member of staff tracked her down at a different branch and was able to save it for me, put it to one side. I got the reservation notice in, I went to collect it, and would you be surprised to hear that I also borrowed another 3 books from the library when I was there? Possibly not. Anyway, here is Coco Chanel. Sleeping with the Enemy. Coco Chanel, Nazi Agent. Now, the thing that actually amazed me about it was the book was smaller than I expected, but it is Coco Chanel, so somebody being of a slimmer build possibly as a person in a book might be well done. But look at her hand here. I'm really tempted to say, oh, what big hand you've got. They seem to be so large in comparison to her as a person, but anyway, that's beside the point. And I have Coco Chanel to include in my investigations for reading for Spy, for Dr. No-vember reading. And also I got my hands on a couple of books by one of the women who has written and been a very popular writer on spying, Helen MacInnes, who hailed from Scotland originally, then moved across to America. And she was married to someone who was in MI6, I think it was, and here are a couple of her books. They had to be taken out of the store because they're obviously not incredibly recent, as you can tell from the way they're produced. So this is the double image, and the other book of hers I got is The Unconquerable. She wrote a book every 2 years. Once she got started in 1936 or 39 was her first book, so I'm looking forward to those. They should be quite a short little readable adventure. And finally, to again dilute all the heavy tomes of biography I'm reading at the moment, a G Wodehouse, Ants Aren't Gentlemen, which I probably have read before, but its plot doesn't strike me as familiar as many other ones, so I'm looking forward to reading that for light relief, and it will be. It's just a wee tiny one, and I'll shoot through that quite fast. Okay, so not content with that, on the way back from the hairdressers, I called in at a couple of secondhand bookshops, and one of them had a table of books that were secondhand books half price. How could you resist? I didn't. So in the second-hand bookshop, the charity bookshop, I got a book full price, but it was only £2, and beautiful Kaffe Fassett, would you believe? Now it's quite dated, glorious needlepoint, and it's older designs, as you can tell from looking at it. But the thing that completely sealed it for me was that there was a signature inside the cover which read, "To Susie, better luck next time, Kaffe Fassett 1993. So the book is a bit of a mystery. So I'm going, hi, what was going on with Susie, better luck next time? Had she been ill and a friend bought it for her and at the signing and brought it back to her so she could actually have it? Maybe she wasn't well, she was sick, as I say, or possibly she just got a nasty divorce, or maybe she had tried one of Kaffe Fassett's designs that hadn't worked out, and he wrote better luck next time. What was going on? So I'm utterly mystified, but it's beautiful to look at anyway. That's a thing of beauty in itself. I've obviously read it before, but the joy is in looking at the pictures. Never dulls. Now come the half price. I got the Wine Dine dictionary, which, as you can see, cost the original purchaser a rather more, £15. And I got this as background research for my NaNoWriMo, because I'm going to have a character who is a really pernickety odd hostess about putting together wine and food. And that's my background research. And the other is Evelyn Waugh, Put Out More Flags. Now, I have not read it. It's a lovely old edition, and it's says on it, the book club, 121 Charing Cross Road, London, WC2. Did that make your heart feel glad just to see that Charing Cross Road? I love the print and the sort of slightly thick pages. Lovely to have and hold. Nice size to fit in the hand. Possibly if Coco Chanel had it, it would be too tiny for her. But Evelyn Waugh, I've only read Scoop. I have yet to read his other books, and this was on my wanted list. So when it came along, half price, in this gorgeous little booklet, I didn't resist. Then I went to a second charity bookshop, and I resisted there because I felt I'd already spent money getting a haircut, not cheap. But I heard this wonderful little conversation. A woman walked in with a lawnmower. She had it in a box that said Fly Mow on the outside, and it was the right size. And she said to the guy behind the counter, do you ever get any DVDs of The Simpsons? And he said, not really, and started walking her towards the DVD section to help her. And she said, or if not that, David Attenborough. And he said, without a smirk, he said, well, they're quite different. The most bizarre conversation. I left to get a bus. If I had stayed, I would probably have disgraced everybody by bursting out laughing. But when you bought something as heavy as a lawnmower, why would you walk into a second-hand bookshop and try and do more purchases? And I don't know, maybe she comes into town once every 6 months and that's it. She does all her shopping at once. I don't know. But it was worth hearing. It was a little delight. So you do meet interesting people in bookshops. Who knows, if you're very unfortunate, you might actually meet me. Bye for now.